Look at this junky car. That must mean my door's open. Let me see. No, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just finished taking a paper towel and I'm trying to, I just wiped, got the window going, the windshield clean. Still talking Matrix talk, I guess, The video is not doing well. About 200. I've seen, like, if you type up Matrix movie review, I've seen people with 150 subscribers with, 3,000 views on their take, which is everyone else's take on the Matrix. So what's that about? It is what it is. I'm not going to be upset. Christopher Perkins, Rob Lowe. Happy New Year, y'all. Nice if I could what you gonna do? This is what it is. There we go. You're gonna hear some rattling. I have restaurant shelving here in the back, along with a file cabinet back there for this new office that I just had built. And so it's going to be a little noisy in the car. Forgive me for that. I noticed that when I did the last episode, the last Matrix app, it was very much like I was like yelling. I need to get a mic because I wanted to project my voice because I was 4 feet away from the phone, and it came across like I was screaming. So it is what it is. And then I never look, like right now I'm looking at the camera, whereas normally I'm looking at myself, and I need to start making sure that I look here when I speak. So I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to grow. We'll see what happens for this new year coming up. I see consistency happening. I see me really stepping it up and trying to, throw my hat into the ring, so to speak. And all I ask is that you share the Matrix review, because I spent a lot of days pondering and thinking about what I was gonna say. And there was a few things. I got an email. I got 2 emails, and one of them was about how. Oh, and I also got the same question in the comment section, and that was explain how we're the one, how you and I are the one, and how Neo was never the one, nor was Trinity. She didn't become the one. And that basically is what I'm saying is that human beings with a soul, not the non-player characters, NPCs, not the NPCs, not that. Those are, just distractions. So the question is, who is the one? How are we the one? How is it that you and I can be the one? Whereas Neo was never the one. And how the Oracle, you see, the thing was, the Oracle, she used this concept of the one to control the minions all around her. They were searching for the one. Morpheus spent his whole life searching for the one. Look at this. Let me see if you can see it from here. Look at that. Big monster truck. That's kind of cool. And look, the guy behind me didn't even honk. Today's a good day. So, we have the Oracle who's manipulated everyone to believing that the one is the one that can fly. We can all fly. If we're all, here's an interesting thing about the movie. When Neo climbed off that balcony on his suicide, run, when he was trying to kill himself, was he trying to really kill himself? Was he trying to prove to himself that he's living in some sort of construct, some sort of program? And the young lady, I think I can't remember what Bugs, which I think the name is trash. Bugs, but it has to be trash. Let's always remember that. It has to be trash. And how she said he changed her life because he never fell. And sorry about this noisy background. He never fell. And I thought that was really, 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 really interesting. How he didn't fall that time when he tried to jump, or when he walked off the balcony, which is what it appeared to be. And how Bugs, when she got confronted inside of that program that they use to train agents. So there's this program going on where they train agents. They were able to get a glimpse of this program. And in this program, she was able to jump away or run from the agents. And she jumped across like some building top, landed on the edge of another building, and then bounced onto a sign, slid down the sign, and all the light bulbs were popping, pop, 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 all in her hand. And she didn't have any bloody hands. And I argued, well, then why couldn't she be the one? You see, the problem was she couldn't be the one because she was looking and searching for the one. How can you be something that you're searching for? Your brain won't even allow you to accept that. And then when Neo was in the elevator or some sort of lift that he was in, one of the guys said, "Is it true that you can fly?" And he was like, "Yes." So these are people that believe that that the one is the one who can fly. And I argue that, the one, there is no such thing as the one, that we are all the one once we're living up to our true existence, our true potential. And how this C word, the Oracle, that cunt B, that CB, that cunt bitch, how she manipulated every freaking person around her just so that she had the upper hand in every situation at all times. And then using children, of course, where the spoon you just know that the spoon is not there. Because bending a spoon with your mind is impossible. Just recognize that the spoon is not there. It's such a powerful scene in that movie. So I guess that's the only way I can explain it. I can only explain it that there's no such thing as the one. We are the one. That girl Bugs could be the one. The one is a myth. It's like Troy Ave said, the streets are a myth. The one is a myth. The one is the ruse. The one is the wool over your eyes. The one is a lie. You know how the devil's a liar? The one is a liar. The oracle is a liar. That's CB. I already told you what that means. I remember I started this little company years ago to do pocket squares. And now the blazers, well, I've had this blazer for a few years, but now blazers come with the pocket square already built in. Boom. Look at that. So that pocket square business would have never made it anywhere. I still have like at least 10, 15 pocket squares. I found them in my storage. You know, anyone who knows me, as of late, this last 30 days, I've been purging all of my storage, moving, you know, I have 3 storage units, and now I turned it into 1. And I organized it, bought shelving, put it up right, and I have all the different sections of my life for the last 20 years, you know. From my bar business and club business to my pizzeria. I even found some plates from my original business that I had when I opened up a kitchen in the back of a bar at 21 years old. I still have the plates in one of the pots, or 2 or 3 of the pots. So. You know, I wanted to just basically talk about that. You know how. Oh, let me also discuss this. This is really, really important, and that is that possibly we can't die. Like, remember in the first Matrix when when Neo, I don't even like calling him Neo anymore. I like calling him Thomas Anderson. When Thomas Anderson jumped into the body of Mr. Smith, or Agent Smith, and he transformed, and we all thought that Agent Smith died, and then we find out that Agent Smith came back with a vengeance, and he's no longer part of this system that we call the Matrix. He was like rogue. He was more like the Merovingian, where the Merovingian didn't answer to anyone. Okay, and so it looks like we have the Merovingian and the Oracle. The Merovingian and the Oracle are rogue. They're rogue programs that are running amok in this Matrix world, right? And then what happened was Mr. Smith, Agent Smith, he unplugs from that by Neo, you know, kind of killing him, so we thought, but he couldn't be killed. And then in this movie, Neo, with most people, I looked at a couple of reviews in the last 30 hours or 25 hours, and everyone believes it was a dream sequence, that this was some sort of dream sequence. And I would argue, no, it wasn't. Morpheus was in that bathroom trying to get him to take that pill, trying him to go into that mirror, and he refused and thought that it was all just, you know, part of an hallucination. And Agent Smith tried to kill Neo, but he couldn't. The same way when Neo went into Agent Smith's body, he couldn't kill Agent Smith, and vice versa, he wasn't able to kill Neo. Like, remember they shot Neo, he dropped to the ground, and then you have Trinity, like, you know, telling him all these things about how the Oracle told me that I was gonna fall in love with you. You can't die. And he woke up from that. And everybody thought it was just some sort of love story where this guy is able to, she was able to help snap him out of that. I don't believe that any longer. I look at it as that Neo can't be killed, and none of us can be killed. Like, in other words, I can't be killed. I could get into a car crash right now, right? This is the crazy. Let's go crazy land. You want to go crazy land? Let's go crazy land. I could get hit by a car right now, and unbeknownst to me, I'm dead in this reality. So in this reality, I gotta keep looking this way. In this reality, but I continue to live in another alternate reality, which is probably infinite. The Matrix is a place of infinite. Let's see, do it. Well, it's probably happened a block ago. That's what you don't recognize. You don't recognize that in an alternate reality, a block ago, I was hit by a semi-truck. And in that reality, I'm there dealing with that, making the newspaper in the morning and everything. But what you don't realize is that I can't be killed. I can't die. And neither can you, because we have this thing that's called a soul. And they've tested this out. They've taken a person and put this person on a scale. They've taken multiple people. Multiple human beings have been put on scales right before they die. And every person that they've done this to have been something like 350, 450 grams lighter. So you have a dying person on a bed. The bed is on a scale. That person slowly dies. They are then 300 grams lighter. What does that mean? What does that say? Are they teaching this in schools? Are they telling you that there's a soul and that the soul is real? I would argue that that soul that left that body can never die. That soul constantly lives on, like Neo and Smith and the Oracle and the Merovingian. These are souls that cannot be destroyed. And the thing is, there is no memory on what just happened. Like I said, 2 blocks ago, I was hit by a semi-truck. And it's unbeknownst to me. I have no idea if this is going on, because I am in an infinite reality of myself, living out an infinite amount of me's. An infinite amount of me's are living, and I'm not able to and cannot die. So there was not a dream sequence that Morpheus was dealing with. That Neo was dealing with at that job site. It wasn't a dream sequence. What it was a tell. It was showing us that they couldn't kill him. Only thing they could do is suppress him from being his true self. That's all they can do. All they can do is suppress him from being his true self. All they can do is suppress me from being my true self. All of us have this challenge that we are totally unaware of. There's a challenge going on. Okay. There's a challenge going on, and that is living one's true self. Okay? And in this challenge, we have to be aware that, or we don't even have to be aware. We're unaware. We have no idea of this. And the proof of that is when Morpheus keeps showing the video of himself. Morpheus keeps showing himself, and he keeps trying to emulate what he sees on the screen, because I let's put it like this. You know how people say you live past lives, right? They're like, oh, you live past lives. I went to this one guy and he hooked me up to a computer. This was like maybe 10 years ago. And he hooked me up to a computer, asked me a million questions, and basically said, this is my third time being here. I've been here, no, did he say 3 or 5? He might have said 5 times. That I've been here 5 times, and that I am some sort of, my descendants are the alternate realities of me. And he didn't use that terminology. I don't really remember. At the time, I was just like, this is a bunch of BS. It was like a free gift that was given to me by a client, so I did it. And it was in Woodstock too, and then it's like, crystals involved and, a bunch of hocus pocus. As far as I was concerned at the time, I just thought it was a bunch of BS. Like, oh my God, I'm here with this guy for 2.5 hours. He's asking me millions of all these questions, and he has my forehead taped to something like wires, and I don't know. It's hard for me to remember all that stuff. But what I do remember is that he said I had lived past lives, and that in these past lives, he was able to narrow it down that I was some sort of educator or scholar or an intellectual. That's when I first learned and really thought about that whole intellectual word. And I remember people used to tell me, you're a conspiracy theorist. And I used to say, no, I'm an intellectual. Okay, or people used to be like, man, you're so smart. It's like, listen, I'm not smart. I'm not smart at all. I'm an intellectual. I ponder over the thoughts and I push that across the thoughts that I'm pondering because I have no answers and all I can do is spitball it. So I'm an intellectual. No, I'm not smart. So, and that was based on this guy telling me that I was some sort of intellectual. And this is the same like with Morpheus. Morpheus believes that that character is him, but he has no memory. This is what you have to understand. He has no memory of him being Morpheus. He just believes it in his inner knowing. And I believe they refer to him as sentient. He's a sentient being. Okay? So even as a sentient being, a program within a program, he's able to understand his existence and his inner knowing. His inner knowing is telling him that he is Morpheus, but he never he has no memory of that. Like I have no memory of that car crash 7 blocks ago. Architect is the true one. I argue that the architect analyst is the true one. Okay. That's what this is all about. Pushing ideas and being open-minded and not saying, no, I don't agree with you. This is the way it is. And I used to do that all the time. Something that I'm very guilty of. Someone would say something and I would just dismiss them immediately. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. And then, of course, I like to, I'll go even harder and say, that's not your own thought. That's not an original thought you have there. That thought is that you've heard somewhere, don't know where you heard it from, and you've made it your own. Riding these Brooklyn streets, I mean, it's like ridiculous how bumpy this thing is. Come on. So, let me see if I can read a couple of these. I feel you though, fam. Who knows? Never. Fellas. Crazy immortal scares me more than mortality. Crazy immortality scares me. You see, but here's the thing. You won't have any fear because like Morpheus, you won't know. You have no idea. You're just living your life, going forward throughout like you are unaware of any of the pain or any of the suffering or any of the drama that happens behind you because you're living in the present. The future and the past, that's not even, don't even worry about that. But possibly when these things happen, let's forget about the accident that I said I possibly could have been in, and it just is unbeknownst to me, right? Let's forget about that, because that we're talking, like I said, we're going crazy world here, crazy land. Okay, we're not gonna be like, there's not gonna be any cute little things happening here. This is just an idea. I gotta keep remembering to look this way so I can look at you, opposed to looking this way, where it's just the vanity in me that needs to see me and seeks approval at all times, looking for a hair out of place and looking for a smudge in my glasses. Stop it. That's not me. So I'm going to do my best to try to remember to focus where the camera is. And this is just a Samsung on a selfie mode, and I have to concentrate right here. So check this out. We cannot be killed. Why? Because we have a soul. And this soul allows us to relive life. Whether it's when you die, you come back as a baby and a child, and you're living this new life, right? That's something to consider. It's, people die, babies are born. Right? So people die, babies are born, and is this child new to the earth? Excuse me. Is this child new to the earth? No, is my argument. My argument is that this child has been here before. But just like Morpheus, there's no memory of it. You have no memory of the life you once led. You do not remember. So it's like this. I'm in this car. Possibly I could be in an accident. As far as I know, I'm so present in the moment that I continue to drive and go about my business. And in an alternate reality, the pain and the suffering happens. Right? Does that soul in that alternate reality transfer directly into this soul that I have now and moves forward? I don't know. But I would argue that we need to really think about this. We need to really think that possibly we cannot be killed. Possibly we cannot die. And what's stopping us from living our true selves is all of the distractions, all of the sex, all of the drugs, all of the children, all of the politics, all of these different things like wars and all these different things are stopping us from living our true selves. So that because of this, we will never have the memory. If we come back as a new child once we die and we start to develop and become something, it's like some sort of default. Oh man, you know what I just thought about? Holy smack, I just thought about Cypher. What did Cypher say? Cypher said, damn. Hey yo, that sounds real good, man.
Yo, you have something wrong with your car.
Tell me.
I don't know, but I thought it was mine. That's why I was like this listening.
Oh no, that's one of the rotors is a little warped.
Okay.
So it sounds like a washing machine a little bit, that front tire, yeah.
Okay.
Yo, you racing this car, right? Yo, with those seats, I know you racing this car. Yo, you be safe, man. Live a happy life. How old are you? 22?
I turn 27 tomorrow.
20. I get that, but you look 22, man. Yo, you be safe. Live a good life, all right?
Thank you.
Life is worth living. All right? You in the stock market?
Something like that.
All right, make sure you're in the stock market. There's a lot of money.
Some tips.
Go with a Novio. It's at $5 right now.
Thanks.
INO. Smoke me. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Man, it's like 20 of them. I couldn't help myself but hit the pedal on that one. I made it up to Lord. I'm not gonna say. But it's good to see young people happy. Yeah, it's true, man. I need new damn rotors. But I did put 100,000 miles on these rotors I have now. I was just telling wifey I am ordering those rotors tomorrow on the 1st. Oh, so it's like a little BMW crew. They're all BMWs. So, let's get back to Morpheus. And let's get back to the fact that he couldn't remember anything. He just had to go by the pictures of his life and say, okay, that's me, and this is what they're telling me I did. And then he tries to emulate it. What else? We can't be killed. What else? What else? Where are we? Somebody help me. Let me know where we at. I got distracted by the young guys. They after the baby's DNA with baby formula. Ooh. But is it baby formula? I'll read that once I hit a red light. Yeah, like if that soul does go into the babies, right? But when does it go into the babies? At conception? When does it hit the babies? At what point? Let me see. After the baby's DNA with baby formula. Cereals and comes with this world. Yes, I'll race you in a '67 Camaro, 382 202 heads. You're gonna lose. I'm in a Hyundai Santa Fe. It has a 3.5 liter engine and goes 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. But this thing, those little cars those guys had, those things were probably hitting 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, you know? But that was fun, a little adrenaline run. I haven't done that. LJ would lose her mind if she was sitting in the car with me. Back to Cypher, yo. Okay, back to Cypher. Back to Cypher. Oh, I was having this like revelation about Cypher and how Cypher had said he didn't want to remember anything. He was like, I don't want to remember anything, just like a baby, just like a child. When the child is born, it doesn't remember its past life. And he knows that. They're aware of what's going on to some degree, where Cypher knew that when he comes back, he knows, in other words, Cypher knows that he cannot die. Possibly, I don't know. This is just something I thought of. That Cypher's like, I can't be killed. I can't die. I will live forever, and I don't want to live in this reality with losing this woman that he was in love with, eating that food, wearing those clothes, being in that environment, no showers, enough showers. He was like, I want to come back and not remember anything, because as far as Cypher was concerned, he can't be killed. And killing everybody on that ship, he knew that they couldn't be killed. And it was probably easier to take their lives knowing that their soul or their energy will never die. So it probably was easier to do. It was easier to take the lives of his shipmates, knowing that they're probably going to be unaware of it, and it's only in that reality that it was happening in an infinite amount of different realities. So we have an infinite amount of different realities that these things are happening, and he's aware of this. He's aware that this is only one side of this reality, and he's probably like, why did I choose this goddamn reality? I could have just been lived that life that I had, and so he was ready to make that move. And the fact that he didn't want to remember anything, maybe shows the whole part of Morpheus not knowing or remembering anything that he did or went through. I don't know. This is my camera, my front facing camera that I have here. Excuse me, let me just mount it again. We're on the Brooklyn Bridge right now. Oh, no big deal. So, I just thought I would take a moment and discuss that a little bit. You know, the Cypher thing I need to work on, but it's something to consider. That it was probably easier to take the life of the people that you knew that would never could be killed. That they will live forever. And they were just in that present, in that moment, in that reality. I don't know. But you are appreciated. Am I done? Are we done? Like, anyone have anything they want to ask? I'm paying attention to the chat right now. Boom, hit me. Again, at the time, it's 10:30. Want to go local? Let's take the West Side Highway. We'll take that north. Noise is driving me crazy. That guy said something wrong with your wheel. Yeah, it's my rotor. I need a rotor. And that's the new road. I'm gonna just I saw where I ordered it. I still have a record of it. You know, they don't, nothing goes away. So I saw where I ordered it, and I will be reordering it. It's on stock, and I think it's like 600. And they're solid and start tomorrow. The world's gonna spin even faster. It's cool seeing the city. Whoa, let me move over. Yeah, man. I love this town. I absolutely love this town. It's a town I'm born and raised in. Started out in Brooklyn. And then I became an emancipated minor at 15 and lived in Harlem from 15 to 17. And then I lived upstate New York for almost 3 years after that. Went back to Harlem for 20 years. Yeah, I went back to Harlem from 21 to 35. And then I went to Upper Manhattan. They call that Washington Heights. I lived there for quite some time, maybe 10 years. just on the east side. Now we took this little tunnel. Boom, we're on the west side. And this is Battery Park City. We're just passing by the let me see. Yeah, it's in front of us. It's Chambers Street in front of us. This next light is, I think, Chambers. This is where the World Trade Center was. Now it's like the Liberty Tower. It's rectangles, triangles, squares, and circles. Pretty amazing building. It looks very fuzzy. Sorry, guys. This neighborhood we're in is called Tribeca. Beautiful, beautiful town. Maybe I have to back this up. There we go. That looks better. Yeah, RIP World Trade Center. I was here for that. New York City state looking cloudy. Yes, man. It's like total terraforming of our planet going on right now. Please focus on driving or pull over and read. Yeah, I know. You're right. Sorry about that. You're so correct. Always. Gil, that view is lit. You know? That's TPG boxing. Where is all the people? Yo, the people are gone. New York is a stage, man. There's very few people in New York. Breezy, you were going crazy in my last live, and you dropped an F-bomb. I had to block that chat. So make sure you don't do that again, because delivery trucks have to watch out for the heights of the bridge. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I almost never read the chat, so I'm gonna let you know that you can always hit me up at $ Elvis Rosenberg. But yeah, New York looks like London nowadays. We've gone, I think, like 15-20 days, no sun, just gloom. We're being terraformed to some degree. Maybe those NPCs and those bots that are all around us are more than just non-player characters. They might actually be some sort of new species that wants to take over, possibly. Nah, don't apologize. It's all good. I need people in the chat. But this is not like the Star Show where, the Star Show, he can never put the chat up because the chat is so crazy. I would like to allow the chat to go up. And I'm considering being monetized, pushing the monetization. So I would like it to, I just got at least 30 videos I gotta erase before I get monetized. And a lot of them only have 55 views, 82 views. I was going hard about, when COVID first hit, I was going through it. I was very confused. I didn't understand what was going on. So there were a lot of nights where I spent 2 hours on a live, not even a live, just before my live, just talking about, way too conspiratorial. A lot of that stuff I don't even think about any longer. But everyone grows. Let me go back and watch. I remember Latasha here. Oh, Latasha breathes. Look at her with the crying faces. No fucks given. I love that. Like flux is that stuff that you solder with. That's so fire. Sorry. Yeah. Somebody just said I remember that day like yesterday. Yeah, man. I don't remember it like yesterday, but I definitely remember it. Like, look, you see this here? Look. This all empty, but all the lights are on. All empty, but the lights are on. New York is a stage. New York is totally a stage. Red face. There you go again. You sent me 2 donations and you think you can say anything. Hey, allegedly. This is the West Village we're in now. Oh, Chelsea. This is Chelsea. This is where light-skinned Rory's from. Not for nothing. Me driving really fast like that kind of took that sound away that the wheel was giving. See, he wanted to be spanked a little bit and it started to act right. Look at these police in front of us. What kind of police is this? Hello? What kind of police?
What's that?
What kind of police?
Emergency services.
Oh, you look very stealthy. You look really important. I'm impressed with this look.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Oh, okay. I can see it a little bit. Port Authority Police.
Yes, yeah, emergency services. Yeah, see?
And you
I
got,
know where we are.
yeah, and you got that radio voice. You know, I see you. I see you, buddy.
Listen, you have a good night.
Yo, Happy New Year.
You be safe.
All right now.
All right.
Yeah, that police car is just, all the lettering is blacked out into the black pen. Like, dude, what are you doing? Who are you, sir? And he looked like he's about 6'5", 6'6" on that damn thing. All right, all right. Yeah, that's one thing about New York City police and law enforcement. All they want you to show them is a little respect, and they show you nothing below. You know, except for the jump out boys. You know, that's different. You know, anti-crime, those are just, you know, straight up gangsters. But the rest of them are really decent human beings, man. You know, anti-crime is the only ones you have to worry about in New York City. Other than that, everything is pretty cool. I'm trying to fix my camera here. I got a camera that faces outside the vehicle and inside the vehicle, and I also have a back camera facing back, and I just loop it. I don't even download the stuff. You know, it's just so I have it'll take up your computer in 6 months. You turn around 6 months from now, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I got all this footage of just, you know, driving, and you know, it's very frustrating. So I just keep it in a loop. I was supposed to set up a DVR, like when all the Black Lives Matter happened and all the cops and all the drama. I was like, let me set up a DVR under the car so that I can, if anything happens, I can always, you know, have a second recording where I wouldn't have to really worry about. Yeah, this police is no joke stealth. He's right there to the right of me. And he's blacked out. His windows are blacked out. Sorry about that. What street is this? This is 42nd Street. You telling me I could drive on 42nd Street? You see? It's a stage, man. And all they're doing is building tons of, look at this. Y'all could cross if y'all gonna cross. God is good. How you doing? You look amazing. Oh my God. Woo. Do you need a best friend? My wife needs a best friend, girl. Woo-hoo-wee. God is so good. So, you know, Times Square, you're not supposed to be able to drive through because there's just 100 million people in cars. That's a lie. New York, they take it and they block off streets just to keep it where cars and people can't move. That's what they do. It's truly a stage. And I've been living and driving in this city. Look, I got 216,000 miles on this vehicle, on my Hyundai Santa Fe. And let me tell you, I get around. And this town is truly fake. They say LA is fake. New York is fake because there's not as many people as you think living in here. In this town, look at this guy. There's dogs and people crossing, dude. What are you gonna do? You're gonna turn on the people? What's wrong with y'all? Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. All that aggression got them nowhere. I mean, there was literally people walking their dogs 3 dogs and 2 people walking, and he wants to turn into this. What are you doing? So it looks like they have this next block, maybe block. Yeah, it's blocked off. So we're forced to make this left turn, which is good. I'm not trying to be part of this fake ass locking down of 7 blocks. Not even 17 blocks. 7 blocks are locked in. And they just do it just to make it look like the city's packed, but it's not. So the tourists are like, oh my God, it was so crowded. Oh my God, it was so crowded. It took us 2.5 hours to cross town. Yeah, right. Here's an interesting little thing I just saw. This is where the Merovingian probably lives. Life is hard for this guy. God is good. Okay. Yeah, look, traffic is almost all finished already. You're thinking, look, we're only on 45th Street. But let me tell you, even before COVID, it was a lie. Before COVID, I was able to drive around this town on a New Year's Eve without a problem. So all of this is a stage. It's not as many people as they tell us in this town. I was talking to somebody, and a buddy of mine's, he said to me, maybe there's too much proof that there's not enough people, right? And people will start to notice that there's not enough people, that they might need to, and mind you, I'm paraphrasing here. We might need to, what's it called? Excuse me. What for thou am I coughing about? So we have these. We have. Here's the situation. I'm in the city so heavy that I noticed that the city is a bit of a stage, and a lot of buildings are empty. Huge buildings, and they just keep building them and keep building. It's like they do in China, and with all the ghost cities in China. So now, what if the pandemic is just another way for us to believe that people are just home or people just moved, because it's becoming maybe too noticeable that where are all the people? And to get people from recognizing that, they have us all stand 6 feet apart. So if we're in a place and we're 6 feet apart from each other, we're unaware that the reason why the place looks empty is not because people didn't want to come out or we're 6 feet apart. We're running out of people to some degree. The people are now, we're being duped. We're being somehow played. Somehow we're being played. Somehow we're in a situation where there's just the people are kind of gone. Like LJ was telling me, she was like, yo, because of a friend of mine's passed away, Jalea Moore. She's the Harlem matriarch. She's a manager to hip hop artists, and she comes from a long line of successful people. Her father was very, very influential in the furry. He was like a big time furrier, and these were like the elite of Harlem. This woman and her grandparents, her great grandparents, and she just passed away. So LJ was trying to find out what were the arrangements for her and different things like that. And then she tells me, she says, yo, so many people are dead. And I was like, what do you mean so many people are dead? She's like, yes. So many people, like the people that I know from the bar business, because I was in the bar business in Harlem for many, many, many years, over a decade. So I was in the bar business for over a decade in Harlem, and she was like, yo, you have no idea. Like, so we're talking about this community and all the men in this community and the women in this community. She's like, yo, you know at least 50 to 60 people that are dead. That she was just going through the research while we were trying to find information about my friend. She was like, baby, you got no idea what's going on out here. Like, people are dropping like flies. I'm like, okay. So, you know, these little things you don't think about, you know? You don't think about. But let me tell you, this city is alive. I love it. It's beautiful. It makes me feel good. I get up every day. I tackle it. I stay stuck in the present, and I move forward, and I try to not burn any bridges. I gotta look this way. I don't want to burn any bridges. I want to utilize all the people around me and understand their strengths, and I want to work together. I want us to, like, I'm just not trying to burn any bridges. If I can make money with you, if I can learn, because it's not really about making money. I want to learn. If I can learn from you, please teach me. I want to learn from you. I don't know everything. I want to learn from you. Teach me. I don't want to burn a bridge. I don't want to let things come between a good friendship or, or a good opportunity to have my group kind of a thing. My group is I want to be accepted by my group. I do. I want the acceptance of my group. I've been a lone wolf for so many years. I don't mind being accepted by my group. I want to be accepted. All right, I'm going. That bus was not playing. And the bus hit me with the light, beep, beep, but was like speeding up on me. That's the M104 to Broadway. The M104. He ain't having it. Oh man, I heard something crazy. There's like no one is working. All the MTA workers are like, I'm not coming in. It's crazy. I keep forgetting to look right here. Forgive me. But I'm also driving, so. And I did keep looking at myself. You are. What am I? The best teacher is subtle. You will never know. Exactly, that's true. That's why you got to be careful. You don't want to burn a bridge. COVID, cash equals cash money. You go along and you get paid. Facts. Yeah, live in the hood. Downtime. Killed by gunshots. Put COVID on death certificate. Yo, killed by gunshot. Put COVID on death certificate. Yeah. Yo, seriously. That's crazy. I think AOC was telling people, like, yo, make sure they put it down. You know, they're giving out that 10,000. Y'all don't, come on. About to thank you for being here with me on this journey. Who used to go to church at midnight? Anybody used to do that? I've done that like 3 times or 4 times, where I brought in the new year right there on 150. Let me see, 151st in Amsterdam. There's this church. I can't remember the name of the church, but I did do 3 years. I don't remember if they were back to back, but I brought in the new year in the church. You know, and I wasn't that big of a believer, but you know, I did it because it was something to do. You know, it was cool. Somebody retracted a message. What's going on here? I missed it. I missed that. I missed whatever it was said. Oh, that means you retracted it yourself. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. Popo. Oh, they just hanging out. You know, I can't wait to be home with my family. You know, bring in the new year. I've brought in the new year with my wife and children for the last 10 years, 11 years. Never missed one of them. You know. But there were many times when I boogied home and got there by 11:44. Okay. All right, I'm on the. I made it. And when I walk in the door, LJ and the children are knocked out asleep. The children is okay, but LJ, and I'm like, baby, wake up, come on. Let's pop a bottle. It's almost New Year's, and you know, that happened. I think 6 New Years in a row. Out of these 11 that I made sure I'm home, there's at least 6 in a row. That was hilarious. Last year, my kids were up. We brought it in with my very good friend. I'm gonna get off of this and hit the highway. I don't want to get too cocky, and next thing you know, into like 12:08 when I get there. No, it's not gonna happen. Let me see. I think I'm gonna say goodbye now. I went to church as a kid, and would just get sick. Yo, man, I know that feeling. My mom raised me Jehovah's Witness from the age of 10 to 14 years old. And I have to tell you, those were the worst times of my life. That's a fact. That is a straight up fact. I did whatever I could to get out of that situation. It didn't work out too great. Anybody knows me knows where I got my GED. You know, should have maybe just stuck it out. I'm so glad they cut the shooting down, even though I used to participate allegedly, but it was stupid. Yeah, yeah, but the shooting is happening. I'm not saying that there are not shootings happening in this town, like in the Bronx and Brooklyn, some spots in Harlem. Look at Alpo. He just got. What about me? He just got laid down supposedly. I question whether that's real. It looked a little staged to me, if you let me tell it. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, I forgot. Sorry about that. I don't know what distracted me or threw me off just now. Oh, I went down the wrong block. But you know what? This is such a nice drive. If you're looking for a nice drive, come on, let's take a nice drive. I did go down the wrong block, but there are no mistakes. This is Riverside Drive. It's such a great road. Alpo got murked or sent to another PW. Alpo killed and had marks of a government hit job. Oh, of course. Absolutely. But I don't think he was killed. And not Metrix can't be killed. I don't think he was killed because I think he's necessary to some degree. His equation in this matrix and this reality is necessary. There has to be the guy who can walk in a room with a big smile on his face and make everybody feel good and everybody feel loved and everybody feel like, who's that guy? There has to be that element. His reality, his program is a necessity to our existence. That's like the shootings that's happening in these ghettos, all the drill music. When I did the Matrix review, I said trap music. I meant to say drill music. It wasn't trap that I think is the worst. It's the drill that is just ridiculous. And what is being said here? Red. Where are the body cameras of this body being slumped up like Queen Latifah? What? Where's the body cameras being... I don't even know what's going on. Here, this is dumping this in these trees. It's hard for me to read the chat because I just can't. You guys just talk amongst yourselves. Unless someone wants to tell me where I was at. That'll help. What was I just saying? Because my short term seems to have gone somewhere. I have no idea where it went. Red face will tell you. Snitch ass nigga. Respectfully. Oh, do I remember Queen Latifah in that robbery movie? Of course. Set it off. I wasn't friends with Queen Latifah, but we hung out a lot of nights. Oh man, she used to come to my bar. I was just a bartender back then. Even though I did lock up at that point, I was locking up the bar. I didn't have a title as a manager. The boss of this bar was very, very smart by keeping me with her foot on my neck to some degree for a lot of years. And one of those things was not trying to give up any titles and stuff like that. And I remember Queen Latifah would come through, and I would lock the bar up. The boss would call, and I would just be like, "We closing up now." She's like, "Okay, call me when you pull the gates down." But we would be in there hanging out till the morning. She used to come on a Wednesday night. She came every Wednesday night for like 2 years. And when I say every Wednesday night, let's just say 25 out of the 50 weeks in the year, 52 weeks in the year, she would come by at least 25 times a year. And she did that for 2 to 3 years. And she would always, that's how I met Monifa and all of those people. I remember I used to have Monifa working behind the bar bartending, and she would only want to wash the dishes. And I'm like, "Stop washing dishes, Monifa. Stop it. You're my star bartender. I want you recognize that you're my star bartender. You're going to be making a few drinks and just have a good time." I turn around for 1 minute. She's back to washing everybody's dishes. It was so funny. Oh my God, that was a good time. A good time was had by all. This is Grant's Tomb. Anybody know about Grant's Tomb? You're going to have to hit the Cash App if you want me to start tour guiding your asses. And I say that respectfully. It's 11:11 right now. Boom. All this parking over here. This building to the right with all these lights on is real. There's definitely people here. You can see people walking around, moving around, all kind of stuff. That's the working class right there. Some of these buildings are so. In the West Coast. What's the Cash App? It's $, L Rosenberg. And that's one word. Capital E L. Well, it's just capital E, lowercase LVIS, capital R OSENBERG. So it's a capital E, capital R. And it's not BURG, it's BERG. Well, I don't know if I said any of that right. I have to keep it real. I have no idea if any of that made any sense. I just got this. I don't dare try to tie it. It says it do a 20 neck. I don't even want to know if a 20 neck ain't gonna fit. I'm in San Diego. I don't miss the potholes. I miss the people. Very romantic. We'll go up one of these. We passed about 30 of them. Sorry about that sound back there. That's the shelving. That's the bakery shelving. Alright, this is where I'm gonna have to say goodnight, alright, y'all? You are appreciated. Oh, What the? I don't know what that was. And I'm not a prude or pretending to be one. I just don't want to be on camera puffing away right now. I'm not there yet. I will remember more to look this way when I am looking at it, you know? I love you.